Getting help. I can't count the amount of times I've heard people tell me they don't need help or they're fine helping themselves. Let me start off by saying that holding on to this mentality is actually not going to bring you any benefit and is more likely to make your struggle harder. But let me give you some reasons why I say this. Humans are relational creatures. We were made for a need for relationships. We thrive off strong ones. And leaning on people through hard times, it gives them the opportunity to come and support us. Secondly, you're not the only one struggling with this. Going through hard times often makes you feel really isolated, and because of this isolation, it's easy to think that you're the only one who's struggling. So remind yourself that there are people around you who are also going through hard times. And you'd also be surprised that when you tell someone about what you're going through, often there'll be a lot of people who will turn around and say, "Me too," or "I've gone through a similar thing." There's been a number of times when people have told me something or I've confided in them, and I've ended up really shocked because I've also struggled with that, or I was struggling with it at the same time, and instead of telling someone about it, I just did it alone when I could have been struggling with them. We could have been going through it together. We could have been supporting each other through it. Seeing a counsellor or a psychologist can be helpful. And I know a lot of you will be cringing at the thought of this right now. But remember that these are people who have literally gone away to study the human mind and experience to come back and offer strategies and advice to best suit your situation. Now, I do understand that psychologists are more helpful to certain people. For some, and for a lot of situations, it's great to be able to talk to someone who's not in any way involved in your life or situation. They're also great if you don't feel like you can trust or talk to any of the people who you have relationships with. If this is your situation, I'm really sorry. It is not nice at all. But don't let that stop you from seeking out help. There is freedom in admitting what has happened or what is happening. People love to bury their issues, like ignoring them will make it go away. But of course, it never makes it disappear, and often the pain and stress of that issue builds up until it is addressed. Admitting what has happened or what is going on is probably the first and hardest step in beginning the healing process or making progress. Speaking it to someone can be extremely liberating. However, if you don't feel like you're yet ready to tell someone, begin with writing it down, admitting it to yourself, and then you can decide what you want to do with it, whether you want to tear it up, keep it, throw it away, or maybe you would want to show someone what you've written. But it's totally up to you. Telling someone means that they can keep you accountable. Now, this point is mainly to do with addiction, but can most definitely be applied in other areas. By admitting to someone what you're struggling with means that they can follow you up and keep you accountable. Sometimes it helps to have an extra person to check up on you and to motivate you to break that addiction. It means that you get a different perspective and they can explain what they see and offer advice that you may not have thought of. I really hope that this video has been helpful and can motivate you to not be afraid to seek help when you need it. Please feel free to comment your thoughts below and subscribe to my channel if you want to hear me talk more about these kind of topics. Bye!